Well, I say two things to Europe. Stop the windmills. You're ruining your countries. I really mean it. It's so sad. You fly over and you see these windmills all over the place, ruining your beautiful fields and valleys and killing your birds, and if they're stuck in the ocean, ruining your oceans.
Okay, Trump's vendetta against windmills will never not be hilarious to me. It all began when he protested against windmills being near his golf course in Scotland because he didn't want his golfers to have to look at these ugly windmills. And he has had a contentious relationship with the Scottish people ever since, and that is putting it a little bit lightly. And the Scots are at it again. They've hit Trump right where it hurts on one of his aforementioned Scottish golf courses. Protesters erected mock windmills on the green at Turnberry Golf Club in South Ayrshire, Scotland. Greenpeace announced Monday all 6 structures stood roughly 10 feet tall and were planted beside a sign reading "Choose Wind, Dump Trump."
I think that one of the 10 wars that Trump claims to have won is against windmills because he rails against them. So activists in Scotland installed 10-foot windmills, wind turbines, whatever they're called. This is on the Trump golf course, on the fourth hole or whatever it's called. I love this.
One activist working with Greenpeace UK said that Trump wants to keep the world beholden to fossil fuels so that every time he starts an illegal war, he and his fossil fuel cronies make billions of dollars when oil and gas prices inevitably skyrocket. The activist Lily Rose Ellis rightly called out that renewables are the best way that people and nations can insulate themselves from the devastation of Trump and others like him. They've got too much power and they're not afraid to abuse it if it means that they're able to get even richer than they already are. But Trump has been railing against windmills for a long time.
By the way, in case you people don't know, I'm not much of a windmill person. I can proudly say, Doug, that we have not approved one windmill since I've been in office, and we're going to keep it that way. My goal is to not let any windmill be built. They're losers. We will not allow a windmill to be built in the United States. They're killing us. If you want to see a bird cemetery, go under a windmill sometime. You'll see birds like you never saw. If you love birds, you'll start to weep. But it's just the craziest thing. They ruin our plains and fields. They're killing our whales. You know, the whales are coming in. I think we had one whale come in 50 years. This year we had like 12.
And more recently, he posted this to Truth Social last week. Europe is desperate for energy, and yet the United Kingdom refuses to open North Sea oil, one of the greatest fields in the world. Tragic. Aberdeen should be booming. Norway sells its North Sea oil to the UK at double the price. They are making a fortune. UK, which is better situated on the North Sea for purposes of energy than Norway, should drill, baby, drill. It is absolutely crazy that they don't, and no more windmills. Even here in Texas, our Trump wannabe governor blamed the polar vortex that resulted in Texans freezing to death in their homes on the windmills. Spoiler, it was actually the failed and unmaintained power grid, not the windmills that killed people. Windmills power entire Nordic countries. It was a dumb argument, but it was all over Fox News. And I should also clarify that when they talk about windmills, most of the time they're actually referring to wind turbines. Anyway, we're dealing with a man who is used to unchecked power and authority to the point that in his old age, he has become a literal authoritarian, and now he thinks he can tell the Scottish people what to do. Currently, about 65% of Scottish voters oppose Trump's suggestion to increase drilling in the North Sea, as they would much rather pivot to more renewable sources. This is something that is particularly close to Scottish hearts, especially because much of the world has now got its eye on all of that lumber just sitting there in the Scottish Highlands. All of that gorgeous Scottish scenery and nature, that is just capitalism waiting to happen. It's also funny that Trump is bringing all of this up again right now. He clearly has a not so subtle ulterior motive. He's not worried about the birds. He's making energy prices shoot up in every corner of the planet now. And yes, I know that the earth is round, it's a figure of speech. And as the Greenpeace advocate said, he is making money off of all of this. Ellis also pointed out that switching to renewables would lessen American influence in various parts of the world, making it more difficult for Americans to deliberately impact international markets, but more importantly, day-to-day life for billions of people around the world. Ellis said that wind and solar farms built after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022 have saved the United Kingdom £7 million in the weeks following Trump and Israel's surprise war on Iran. Tehran responded by blockading the Strait of Hormuz, a waterway through which a fifth of the world's oil passes, driving up gas prices and rattling the global economy. More clean energy that doesn't rely on the Strait of Hormuz or Russian pipelines can save us money, boost our security, and tackle climate change. It's a hole-in-one, Ellis said. The strange upside of this Trump era is that his war in Iran and his policies towards drilling and against preserving the environment are driving people even more than before to seek out sustainable living solutions. And when I say people, I mean small and large governments. Trump's insistence on oil, gas, and clean coal, whatever that even is, have pushed people to consider solar and wind and even nuclear energy options. Similarly, the Trump administration, Part 1 and Part 2, exposed every hole in our governmental, constitutional, judicial system to the point that we now know exactly where all of the shaky fault lines are. We know what needs to be bolstered and what needs to be protected. We had to see the damage be done before people actually understood the damage that could have been done. All of the former MAGA/Trump voters who voted for him 3 times and attended his rallies never would have turned against him if his second administration hadn't been so consistently disastrous. We, the American people, lack foresight. Our arrogance blinds us, speaking collectively, of course, to the things that sit right there in front of us. We imagine that even if something bad does happen, it won't be bad enough that it will actually affect our lives. Someone else's, maybe, but that is their problem. Americans still have the option, for the most part, to decide how much they want to pay attention to politics, whether domestic or international. We can still choose to close our eyes and ears to the realities of the world and our nation. We can still retreat into our homes and pretend that the outside world does not exist. And we can do all of that because we can still live, quote unquote, comfortably if we're ignorant. And I mean this in the sense that we don't have bombs raining down on our cities and towns. Our president has not been assassinated by a foreign army. Our water still comes out of the tap. It might be laced with carcinogens, but who can tell? The most visceral aspect of what our government is currently doing that the American people can actually feel is the price of eggs and the price of gas. Both are up, and the American people are opening their eyes as to why that is, all right? That's it for me. If you got anything out of this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks. Hey, it's Yasmin Khan. Thank you so much for watching. If you're into what we're doing here, please hit that like button. It really, really helps. And if you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe to Rebel HQ and hit that bell so that you never miss an upload. I've also got a playlist with all of my videos, so feel free to dive in and catch up there. And if you're over like the corporate spin and just want real people-powered news, hit that join button and be part of the movement. We couldn't do it without your support. Seriously, thank you so much. Stay informed, stay engaged, and I will see you in the next one.